early in my career, certifications were a big deal. It helped me learn the tech I needed to learn and then kind of advance, especially when I was a consultant back in the day. What has your experience been with certs?
So at the moment, I only have two entry level certs. So it's the Junos or JNCI Junos and then the JNCI DevOps. So I think they helped in getting me into my current role, but information wise, a lot of the stuff for those certifications I've already come across online and just from doing my own thing. So it's just something to put on paper at that point.
Yeah, I have really mixed feelings about certs. One of the challenges is if you're a job seeker, if you have the cert, the abbreviation, whatever it is, the letters on your resume, you'll make it through certain filters. And if they're not there, you get filtered out and you're not even considered, no matter how experienced you are, how talented you are. So there's that. But on the other hand, like you're saying, depending on what your background knowledge is, the cert can be a big pain in the butt to get because the exams usually suck.
Hmm.
And did you learn things that are going to help you in the job? I mean, for sure, something, but enough that it was worth all the time to get through the books and the practice labs and pass the exam. I don't know. But yet, you you did too. Are you planning on doing more?
I, yeah, I think I want to do more. I want to see if some of the like advanced certs like offer like more information that I haven't come across yet, and then just kind of I don't know. I guess I don't really have anything else to do, so I'll just work for those.
Well, so here's a question then. As an automation engineer, what search do you have your eyes on?
So I definitely want to get the tier two in the Junos world for DevOps, and I think they're about to release the third tier of their certification path for automation. So I know for certain I want to get those, and then I think next I'll pursue routing and switching through Junos as well.
Oh, okay, baby. I'm going to ask you a loaded question here. So you do not have an expert level knowledge of routing and switching, but you are deep into automation. So one of my things is you should really understand networking well because you need to understand what it is you're automating. So how have you struck the balance there?
So the trick is with automation is that you become so intimate with the process that you can do it in your sleep. So a lot of the times I'll be doing something manual, like I'll be checking an L2 circuit or something, and for like 10 different circuits, and I'll be like, this really sucks, because I'm checking both ends and making sure there's flow and no errors propagating. So like, and then like automating that, so like making sure that the script knows what to check and like what are the certain conditions to look for. So like anything with automation is like I guess I try to learn and get enough background information so I can automate it.
Yeah, you can learn the process really well. But the example you gave was an interesting one. That was an example of I need something that helps me troubleshoot a problem. So it's information gathering, which is a different flavor of automation than trying to configure EVPN, which would be, it's fairly complex and there's a lot of dependencies and stuff. But pushing config into the network as opposed to merely gathering data from the network. Do you do both of those things, or do you spend more of your time with, say, data gathering and reporting, that kind of stuff, versus actually pushing changes into the network?
Yeah, so the configuration part, like automating the config is, I mean, 90% of the config is going to be static, right? There's going to be a few different like placeholders, like different areas and other things that you're going to have to add, but most of the config is going to be like you're going to have it tried and tested beforehand. So it's not like it comes to me and I have to verify that, this OSPF configuration is correct.
Because you've got a golden config stanza that covers, whatever it
Yeah.
is, with the exception of, right, the variables that are going to change from device to device.
Yeah. So like honestly pushing config and generating config to devices to me is easier to do than
Mhm.
data gathering. because like if you have a network with thousands of devices, you have to think about how you're going to get data from all those devices, how you're going to aggregate that data, how are you going to process that amount of data, and then like how do you interpret it, how do you represent it?